Hi Professor, my name is Vikram Sharma. My student ID is 2326762. So I'm gonna make the video of what I have grabbed from chapter from the lecture 6. So I have grabbed like a general theory of crime and general strain theory, how these are different from earlier formulations presented in like previous how they were used to represented in previous time, and I'm also gonna compare these with the previous chapter. So I'm gonna recognize the different types of research studies that have relied on the life course perspective. I'm gonna explain why routine activities theory is not interested in examining motivations to offend. I'm also gonna discuss the main points of crime prevention through environmental design, which is also known as CPTED, and what is actuarial criminology, and what is the risk society. So, a general theory of crime. It is written by Michael Gottfredson, and Travis Hirschi wrote a general theory of crime in 1990. So, crime, deviance, and other bad behaviors, including reckless and drunk driving, are the result of low self-control. Individuals who lack self-control are believed to be self-centered, impulse, lacking in perseverance, and likely to engage in risk taking behavior, including criminal activity. So the claim low self-control is a constant through life, and children with behavior problems move on to juvenile delinquents and then adult offenders. It purports that parenting is the most powerful factor determining the level of self-control that children learn, and criticisms like mixed result when put to empirical testing, not very successful. Predicting serious forms of violent behavior like homicide, fails to explain white collar crime, ignorance of crime opportunity. uh, Tautological low self control is a criminality and causes crime, and yeah, and few yet problematic like paternalistic policy implications, like problem behaviors are age related, caused by certain events that take place in the developmental process, stands in stark opposition to a general theory of crime. Individuals will remain from crime and deviance as they enter stages of life where adult rules, example marriage and employment, can act as a turning points. Data from longitudinal research like Canadian longitudinal survey of children and youth are used to test this theory. So the life course perspective, the criminologic, yeah, influences have the largest impact early in life. Criminal behavior tends to follow predictable patterns over the life course, and the Glucks in the 1930s original longitudinal research examined the criminal careers of 500 wise men who stay away from crime and had strong social ties from like with family and community. Criticisms. So gender matters more, more life course research needs to be completed to properly address the long-term implications of female offending. Tanner and colleagues in 1919 examined the long-term impact of delinquency on occupational achievements on male and female youth, effects that the delinquency had on employment status in adulthood were more pronounced for males, and they were for females. So the journal strain theory, the Robert Merton argued that certain lead to criminal and deviant behavior. Robert Agnew argued Merton's version was too narrow as it focused on financial strain and does not apply to youth who additionally experience other kinds of strain. Consequently, in 1985, he developed the general strain theory with a focus on youth and subsequently updated it. See Agnew from 1992 to and 2012. So Agnew's journal strain theory suggests that several types of negative experiences can lead to stress, and that is not only economically induced certain that prevents you to achieve socially valued goals, inability to achieve immediate goals important to youth. Good grades, popularity, athletic achievement can lead to strain, which is mean stress. So like there are three types of strain: ability to achieve positively valued goals, removal or threat to remove positively valued stimuli, actual or anticipated exposure to negative or harmful stimuli. So Agnew and Brody in 1997 paid attention to gender, like uh, uh, they compare the values between male and female. So criticisms: more research remains to be done to specifically test and this theory at both micro and macro levels, thus far mixed spot for the theory. So policy implications do not go much beyond suggestions to provide social supports to better deal with strain, including counseling and to prevent stress. Example: implementing anti-bullying programs. Like, yeah, they implement like anti-bullying programs in which they aware the people not to bully the other peoples. So rational choice theory, it rooted in classical school of criminology, Beccaria and Bentham. Human behavior, including criminal behavior, is the result of conscious decision making. Expected utility principle: crime is assumed to be calculated and deliberate. Criminals are rational actors. Crime is influenced by variations in opportunity, environment, target, and risk of detection. So some people have recently argued that rational choice theory should be considered as a journal theory of crime, just like Gottfredson and Hirschi journal theory of crime and Agnew's journal strain theory. So reason: rational choice variables explain different crimes and regardless of gender, race, and whether offenders are classified higher or lower risk. So different between two types of crime. So there are two kinds of crimes. So first one is instrumental crimes and expressive crimes. So the instrumental crimes includes crime like planning and weighing of risks. Example: break and enter any private property or any property. So expressive crimes, often impulsive and emotional. People who commit them are not likely to be concerned at the time of commission with the implications of their actions. Example: non-premeditated murder or assault. So policy implication for corporate and other white collar crimes are effective regulation and sufficient funding of enforcement agencies. Criticisms: is everyone capable of making a rational decision? Do people make rational decisions all of time? Do you guys make? So I don't think so, like we guys make. So originally proposed by Cohen and Felson in 1979, suggests that changes, like this is a routine activity theory. Yeah. So it is originally proposed by Cohen and Felson in 1979, suggests that changes in levels of crime in a society are closely associated with changing lifestyles. Example: after 1960, some people became more affluent and bought more things and spent more money and time outside their homes. So rational routine activity theory, uh, this leads to be increased opportunities for crime, more material goods to steal, and more people to steal from and assault. Crime is likely to occur when a motivated offender and suitable victim come together in an environment that does not provide protection to the potential victim. So later Felson in 1994 used it to explain the general increase in youth crime since the 1950s, pointing to change in education, work roles, and technological advancements. Increase in youth crime was not because of increased motivations for youth, but increased opportunities to commit crime as a result of decline in parental controls, parents not home but working, and increased mobility by youth and public transit. So two obvious policy implications directed at guardianship and protection, private property like residences and business and vehicles, target hardening locks and locked entry points, public areas, active surveillance and patrols by police and private security. So like these are the things which I grabbed from the class of week 6. Thank you, professor. My name is Vikram Sharma. My student ID is 2326762.